Hi, everybody, and welcome to the month of August and our astrology forecast for this month. So, first of all, if you're watching this, thank you for being a paid subscriber to my Substack. It's an honor to have you here, and I just love preparing this information for all of you. So, below, just like last month in July, I'm starting to do videos because I'm just being called to maybe just speak a little bit more and feel like you're in the room with me. You're also going to get an audio version. That way, if you want to listen to it on the go, you can do that. But finally, you're going to get a cheat sheet with what's happening every day of the month in August. Okay. And a quick little summary, a one sentence of what you can have or hold as an intention to support you this month. Okay, so let's get started. As I was reviewing the entire month, I started to see, two very clear stories: the pattern of Mars and how Mars is shifting and creating connections and what that means for us. And then also Venus, Mars' story and Venus's story. And I came to the conclusion that it really felt like this month is all about our power, our soul driven power, connecting to who we are. We're still in Leo, right? Leo season. And we've got Lionsgate coming up very soon. And we're going to talk about what that means symbolically, because it comes from ancient wisdom. So what does it mean for us today? And there's also a lot of energy around healing our wounds, and taking action towards that healing, and using our words not only to heal us, but to heal others, and taking actions in that regard, coming into our wholeness, right? And then I looked deeper into the spiritual significance of the new moon and the full moon, both different, but what the message that came through, which I'm using the Sabian symbols as a guide for that. Integrity is what shows up. Being able to stand in our power, to stand in our integrity. If something feels off or unjust, to be able to speak up and fight for what is right. Okay. So let's dive in. So let's start with the Mars story. Okay. And I'm just gonna talk quickly about the movements, and then we'll go into it a little bit deeper. But August 6th, Mars enters Libra. Okay. On the 8th, it creates a beautiful partnership with Uranus. Then on the 8th, it opposes Saturn, which means there's something that needs to be integrated. Okay. Then on the 9th, Mars opposes Neptune. And then on the 10th, it creates a beautiful partnership with Pluto, the planet of transformation. And then on the 14th, it has a beautiful alignment with Mercury. Okay, so there's this trajectory that Mars takes this month. And I want to dive into that a little bit more. So, Mars is the planet that gets us going, it lights our fire, right? It is that male energy inside of us, whether we are male or female, doesn't matter, right? It is that little spark that connects us to our independence, our ability to move our life forward, and to fight for things that we feel are important for us, and mostly for us, right? It's that independent energy that wants to get us from point A to point B. It's also associated with that male passion energy in relationships. Okay. So it's that little fire. Mars rules Aries. Okay. And Aries is the beginning of, the movement of the stars in the sky. So it has a lot to do with movement, okay? It could actually mean moving, right? So some of you may feel the urge to move or are in the process of physically moving as well. But on the 6th, Mars enters Libra. Libra is all about union. It's relationship, it's marriage, it's partnership. It's also about justice and beauty and harmony. Okay. So right at the beginning of this week, this month, we want to start thinking about how to take action in our relationships, in our partnerships. Are there new partnerships that need to be developed? Are there things that are a little bit off kilter in our relationships that we want to heal or move forward or speak up because of this idea of justice? Okay. So bringing harmony, bringing peace, and making bold moves in our relationships and partnerships. And maybe perhaps you're not feeling like you have enough of those in your life, then this is the fire that wants to get you to go make contact with others and build these partnerships, okay? Make that bold move. So that's August 6th, okay? Then August 8th, Mars is creating a trine, beautiful partnership with Uranus. Uranus is that planet of change, also bold moves, right? It wants to move us into the future. So it there's a lot of fire here, right? Fire and air. So it's kind of like a tornado, a tornado of fire, okay? Or a lightning bolt, right? A lightning bolt. So move quickly towards something that is going to innovate, that is going to push you forward, okay? That is going to inspire action within you. There may be something that you're already working on, right? When I look at this, for me, what shows up is what have I already been working on in my life that needs that bolt of energy and quick movement to the future, toward the future. Okay, so that is a one way of looking at it. Something could also just kind of ignite within your life that you don't see coming that you want to take action on. Okay, so innovation flows on August 8th and inspiration hopefully flows as well. Now, if you're not conscious, this energy could be a little too much. It could ignite our nervous system. So make sure that you're grounded, make sure that you're drinking a lot of water to calm that fire energy and that quickness, okay, in the skies. So, um, let's see, because I had made some notes here. With Mars entering Libra, for those of you who know how to read your natal chart, you want to see where between 1 degree and 4 degrees is in your chart, okay, in Libra. And maybe there's a planet there, okay, because that may affect you more when Mars moves into Libra, okay? Um, I also want to say that for some of you, this is definitely relationship, relationship, relationship. So, what important relationships need your focus? Okay, August 6th through August 8th, because this energy is really wanting you to move that relationship forward and light that fire, bring it into the future. Okay. Um, by the 8th, Mars is creating this opposition to Saturn. Okay, so there's a little bit of this conversation of Saturn saying, hey, stop moving forward. You're moving too fast. You're doing the wrong thing. Be responsible, go slower. And Mars is like, hell no. No, right? I don't want to hit the brakes, but Saturn wants you to hit the brakes a little bit, right? And to do the right thing. So if you're being a little bit reckless, if you're not, if you're being a little too reactive in your, relationships and the actions that you're taking, then you do kind of want to do the right thing and pause and think about your next best move, okay? Because timing matters more than speed, and proactivity matters more than reactivity, okay? So we've been going fast with this Mars energy. You want to stop enough on the 8th to think about how you're moving forward, okay? And you may have some vibes that feel a little hopeless, or because it's Saturn wants to slow you down, but just pause, take a deep breath, get grounded, think about your next best move, and then move forward, okay? So August 8th is also the Lionsgate portal, okay? Now, I'm going to read to you from a site because I think it's simplified what Lionsgate, a lot of people are trying to figure out. Why is Lionsgate so important, okay? So Lionsgate is when the sun, the earth, and the star Sirius are aligned. And they're actually aligned right over the pyramid, the King's Pyramid in Egypt. So it's very, very significant. It's been significant since the beginning of time, since the pyramid has been there. And so in Egypt, I wore, my Isis and my Ankh in honor of Lionsgate. Okay. But it is a celestial event, an energetic event, a cosmic phenomenon that occurs every single year on August 8th. Okay. And it has deep spiritual meaning across various cultures, especially ancient Egypt. Okay. Now, in Egyptian mythology, the Lionsgate portal was linked to the rise of Sirius, which marked the flooding of the Nile River and the beginning of the new year. Okay, so a lot of abundance. It is also closely associated with goddess Isis, the nurturing mother, and the goddess of fertility, and her partner Osiris, the god of the afterlife and regeneration. Okay, so we have those themes of nurturing, of fertility, of regeneration, okay, rebirth, rebirthing that spiritual energy. It's also associated with the veil thinning, right? So our relationship with the spiritual world is very thin. So we could manifest very powerfully. We can place our intentions and seed them in the spiritual world and really make those connections with our spirit guides. So it's a great day to write down your manifestations, to speak them out, to feel them, and to make some very powerful intentions and communicate with our partners over there on the other side. Lionsgate portal is believed to bring forth a surge of solar energy, infusing us with vitality and helping us to reconnect with our true essence, that Leo energy. It's time to shed old patterns, releasing limitations, and stepping into our authenticity with boldness and with strength. So this is really about also believing in ourselves. Okay, so I wanted to read that to you and encourage all of you to think about a ritual that's going to serve you on this Lionsgate portal. Okay, making big wishes, keeping our heart open, and creating those connections with spirit. August 9th, Mars, we continue the Mars journey. Mars opposes Neptune. So Neptune and Saturn are only 1 degree apart right now. They're right next to each other. And their conjunction is all about living authentically, right? Not speeding through life, really connecting with your heart, knowing what the right thing to do for yourself, and that alignment with your soul's destiny, your truest passion, your biggest dream, which is Neptune. Okay. And so Mars is opposing Neptune and Saturn, that story I just created for all of us. And it's saying, move on that. Move on that, but do it slowly, do it with intention. You want to not move so quickly, but you want to merge that energy together with Mars so that you're taking the appropriate action and your fantasy doesn't overtake your strategy. Okay. And then also on the 9th, we have the full moon, right? So Lionsgate into the full moon. And the full moon is in Aquarius, which is future, which is collective. It's bringing our dreams into the collective, making them real, and being able to breathe life into our dreams through our connections. Okay. So this full moon, Aquarius also wants to celebrate our uniqueness, what's unique about us and our vision, and how we can bring that light of our vision into the collective. There is a lot happening in the sky on this full moon. You are going to feel this most, okay? Because this full moon in Aquarius is happening at 17 degrees, okay? You are going to feel it most if you have planets in Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, or Scorpio. These are our fixed signs at the degrees of between 14 degrees and 20 degrees. Okay. So you're going to feel that the most. So this full moon, while this full moon is happening in Aquarius, okay, we have an air trine, okay? It is a triangle in the sky pointing to the air signs, okay? Magnifying those air gifts, which are of the mind, right? Our clear thoughts and our visions and our communication, right? How we're communicating, how we're sharing our wisdom with the world, and how we are revolutionizing all of that. So, this full moon, especially with Mercury still being in retrograde, it feels like a time when we are meant to really connect with ourselves, right? And the clarity of our souls so that we can release what no longer serves us up here and in here, so that once Mercury comes out of the retrograde on the 11th, we're able to really be clear about what we are going to bring in to the world right now through our communication, through our ideas, through our expressions, right? There's a lot of self expression this month because of the Lionsgate energy and also this trine being created in the sky with our air signs. Okay. And this authenticity with Saturn and Neptune being aligned in the sign of Aries. So, with this full moon, release those negative thoughts, release the negative self talk, tap into your vision for the future because you want to think and speak, communicate and share very clearly your soul's mission that you want to bring into the future and into the collective. This full moon is very much the collective versus the self, right? And I want you to think about how you can integrate those two and merge those two. Okay. This full moon, again, you're going to feel it more if you have Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio, but it's also creating that trine, that air trine is creating a sextile to the mutable signs, which is a beautiful energy, right? So if you also have planets between 14 degrees and 20 degrees in Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, or Pisces, there is a wonderful opportunity here for you to really light up this soul's mission and begin to communicate more. Okay. This full moon is also creating a powerful partnership with the North Node, our destiny. Okay. So there's so much going on with this soul purpose, destiny, and what we're here to do. But before we can jump into that, we need to release what's no longer serving us up here. Okay. So, and really think about what makes you unique and how you can light that up. Now, Mars continues its trek on August 10th, after the full moon. It creates a beautiful partnership with Pluto. Transformation, folks. And Pluto's in Aquarius, which is our uniqueness and the future, right? So this journey, this theme continues with Mars heading into Pluto. And with that energy, you want to act with purpose, okay? You want to strengthen that soul driven power and ignite it in some way. Okay. August 10th, August 11th. As Mercury stations direct on the 11th, right? You can take that action and clarify it even more with your thoughts, with your communication and how you express yourself. On the 11th, we also have Saturn, okay, the Lord of Time and Responsibility, creating a beautiful surge of energy with Uranus. So, again, this is a wonderful day to kind of merge old wisdom with new ideas and create a steady plan for change for you, okay, for this purpose that we have been igniting all through this month. I hope that you're seeing the beautiful theme here for all of us to ignite this soul-driven power and blend old wisdom with the new ideas for our life. Okay. Also, on the 11th, oh, this is so beautiful. We have Venus and Jupiter conjuncting. They're coming together, okay? And this is happening in the sign of Cancer, okay? 13 degrees of Cancer. So if you have any planets close to 13 degrees of Cancer in your chart, between 11 and 14 degrees to be, specific, this is probably going to be more important for you and any of the cardinal signs. Okay, so Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, you will feel this most. Okay, this is a great time to show off, to put yourself out in the world, express yourself. Um, you can call this kind of like a legacy push. Like, what do you want to put out there that can be a seed that you plant for your legacy? Where can you take a little bit of risk, right? Because there's luck here, there's money here, there's abundance of all things, there's creativity and fertilization because Venus is the mother, okay, who creates things. So take advantage of this energy. Say yes to beauty, to pleasure, to bold love, to luck. See what shows up for you in love, in career, right? For me, it's in my 10th house of money. So I don't know. Let's see what happens. Bring in the money. I'll say yes to that. Okay. Um, but see where that is in your chart as well. And if you need support in looking at your chart, give me a call. We could always do a reading for you. Now, August 14th, Mercury creates another surge of energy with Mars. Okay, so speak our mind directly with clarity. That communication can really open doors. Okay, on August 14th. Now, let's start shifting that story. And on August 19th, the sun is trining Chiron. So the sun is shining a light on Chiron in Aries. And that's all about healing. It's literally about burning what's left to be healed. Okay, so now we're really moving into healing, which makes a lot of sense because guess what? That was the 19th. On the 22nd, the sun moves into Virgo. Okay, so we're leaving Leo season and the sun is heading into Virgo, which is all about healing. Okay, the sign of Virgo represents women. Okay, it represents our body and healing, healing our bodies, healing our womanly parts. It also represents kind of like removing toxicity, really clearing things, okay? Simplifying things. And Virgo also represents our day-to-day work life, how we show up in service every day in our work. Okay, so the sun begins to move into Virgo. Virgo becomes a story. The sun shining a light on Virgo, on Chiron, healing becomes a story. So lead with vulnerability, lead with grace, start to pay attention to what feels good, what doesn't feel good in your body, so you can take action on that. Okay, the sun wants to shine a light on that. So, August 22nd, same day that the sun moves into Virgo, Venus squares Chiron. Okay, so the healing journey and the story of Venus now starts to ignite. Okay, Venus, goddess Venus, is the goddess of love. And she's also the mother. Okay, so the mother always wants to heal. The mother is saying to us, get busy with your healing, open your heart, heal those old wounds, okay, and meet them with compassion. Okay, so you want to go a little bit slower, you want to get grounded. Venus is earth energy, okay, and we want to ground into that and maybe spend some time thinking about what are those wounds that need to heal. Okay. And that leads us into this beautiful, powerful new moon in Virgo, August 23rd. Now, for me, this new moon feels very, very potent, very, very important. Okay. Because it's at 0 degrees of Virgo. And while this is happening in the sky, okay, this new moon is creating a yod, a finger of God, okay, which points to Virgo, okay? But at the points, the other 2 points of this yod is Pluto in Aquarius and Saturn and Neptune in Aries, okay? And they're all at that 1 degree, 0 degree, 1 degree. Remember that Aries begins the whole cycle, right? So we have Saturn and Neptune at the very beginning of the cycle in Aries. And then we have Pluto at 1 degree of Aquarius, okay? Revolution. So we have ignition of ourselves, revolution of the collective, right? And of our integrity, pointing to Virgo, healing. There's something super, super powerful about this new moon. So I want you to think about those three energies and what God is asking us to do for ourselves. Okay. Now, if you have any planets between 28 degrees and 3 degrees in Virgo, especially, but are mutable signs, right? So Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces, or Gemini, you're going to feel this most, right? So I'm going to feel this. I have Mercury at 1 degree of Aries. And right on top of that for me is Saturn and Neptune. So I'm going to be looking at this new moon very, very specifically and creating a very powerful intention for healing and for my own personal revolution, which definitely has to do with clarifying and igniting my soul's purpose. Okay. So what is that for you? Start to think about what that is for you. And you want to make sure that you make this sacred, you do some ritual, and plant that new seed for this new moon, which is in many ways a new beginning for all of us. And again, the themes are our body, our healing, our work, our sacred work, I want to say. Anything that is sacred in our lives, our sacred home. And I want to go ahead and plant the seed that I have my wait list open for my Sacred Home Aligned Life program. I will put a link in here. And if you're interested in that, that's going to open up in the fall. You can join that wait list and get all of the information. Also, I want to share that Virgo is related to pets. So that may show up as a theme for some of you. Maybe some of you have really been desiring a pet in your life, or maybe a pet shows up. Pets can be very healing, so I want to put that out there as well. Okay, so plant seeds for wholeness and honor your sacred routines with this new moon. Then on the 24th, the sun is going to square Uranus. So a little bit of this tension. Now that we've planted this seed, maybe we're starting to feel the intensity of it. Okay. So you want to, with this energy of the sun squaring Uranus, you want to expect the unexpected. Okay. Stay very loose and adaptable. You actually want to plant this new seed, surrender it, and forget it. Okay. And just get grounded, really, really grounded with this Virgo and then the sun squaring Uranus. I feel like feet in the dirt, eat healthy, nutritious foods, stay close to home. Okay. Now let's continue this Venus story. August 25th, Venus enters Leo. Oh boy, does she love being in Leo, of course. Self-expression, boldness, joy, creativity, launching something new that can bring you abundance and money and visibility. So roar on this day and express yourself boldly, okay? And love the world. This is about love. So pay attention to your relationships as well. Pour love into your relationships. With the sun squaring Uranus and then Venus entering Leo, I wouldn't be surprised if some of you, especially those of you who are single, meet somebody, or just love pours into your relationships. Now, August 25th, Venus will trine Saturn. So this is a great day to ground something that could really be your legacy. Okay. With those bold moves, with shining, with making those big shifts toward those things that you want to ground and monetize, this is a beautiful day to set those roots, okay? Plant those roots and commit to what truly nourishes you and nourishes your heart, okay? That which you want to see blossom. August 26th, the good news continues. Venus sextiles Uranus. This is a great day to shake it up even more, okay? Pleasure wants to surprise you. So kind of see what shows up, but you can also just continue those bold moves, continue shining, and pushing this effort forward into the future, pushing your vision into the future. Okay. And then August 26th, Venus is going to oppose Pluto. So you want to stick with your integrity. Okay. Maybe something shows up with this Uranus energy that kind of shakes you up a bit and wants to take you off course. And you're like, no, I'm sticking with this. I'm going to sit in integrity with my desires, with my heart, with what I've started, and I'm going to see it through. This is a good time to trust yourself and trust the steps that you've already taken to bring yourself into the future, right? That soul power that I've been talking about. So embrace it, dive deep into this Venus Pluto transformation and embody it, okay? Embrace your truth, embrace your integrity. Be intimate with your dream, okay? That's what this is calling for. August 28th, Uranus now sextiles Neptune, okay? And this is about the big dream. So just pour love into your dream, keep dreaming, and just see if the universe comes in to support you. So much is happening with Uranus and Gemini. A lot of us are just getting brilliant ideas. We're having really prophetic dreams. Pay attention to your dreams with all this Uranus Venus energy because something wants to be created, something wants to be birthed, and you want to live into that dream and again plant those seeds with Venus. This could be a different dream, right? So you want to allow those different dreams to come through, these new visions to come through, and sit with them. There's a new path that wants to be created for all of us, right? So what is that new path for us? We need to look for those signs that are showing up. And then finally, on August 31st, Mercury is trining Chiron, right? So we've gone through this healing. We've identified the healing. We've grounded into the healing, supported ourselves in it. And now it's time to kind of release it through our words, through our communication, through our vision, right? So words can be our medicine right now. And maybe that means that we need to speak our truth to others to close that healing loop. Maybe we need to speak loving, kind words to ourselves to close that loop. Maybe we need to write something, okay, and share it with the world. This is a great day to put out healing words into the world, right? Especially those of you who are creators and content creators. So that is the month. Let me know what shows up for you. Let me know what's on your mind. What aha moments did you have as I was speaking, right? Leaning into what's happening for you in your life, your career, your healing, your purpose, your love, relationships. What is showing up for you? Let me know. And now what we're going to do is pull our cards. So if you haven't already tuned in, right, I want you to, let's just pause here, right? Because I've been talking a lot and I need to ground myself. So let's just pause, take a deep breath and release it. Let's do that one more time. Okay. And now I want you to, with that, tune into the number one, the number two, or the number three. What feels right for you? For number me, two is calling me. So I'm going to pick two cards for each number. Okay. So this is a pick a pair reading and one tarot and one oracle. Okay. So I want you to still remain connected with the number you chose. And I'm going to go get my cards and be right back. And we're going to pull those messages for you. All right, friends, let's go ahead. I'm going to shuffle. Just tune in. It's always good for you to close your eyes, take some deep breaths, call in your guides to bring you the messages that you need to do this beautiful work for the month of August. I want to say happy birthday to all my Leo friends. I have many, many Leo friends. You know who you are. I also want to say happy anniversary to my folks, August 9th. Big day. All right, so this is for brevity. I'm going to cut the deck and just pull from the top. So we have card number one, card number two, card number three. Oh, yeah, we're seeing the healing. We are seeing the transformation. We are seeing all of that Mars energy. And now our oracle. I decided with so much beautiful Venus energy that we needed to use the goddess today. Hey, the deck. Okay, card number one, card number two, and card number three. Wow, beautiful. At the bottom of the deck, Aphrodite for all of us. Yes, love, love, love. All right, so if you chose pair number one, you have the Four of Swords. You know, this is that healing I was talking about. Okay, this is a good month for you to find those cocoon moments, those moments of rest. Integrate meditation into your routine if you don't do it, or just moments of deep rest. Okay, because you need to calm the mind, right? And we have a lot of that Uranus and Gemini energy, right? Which can cause a lot of anxiety, a lot of overthinking, a lot of nervousness in the body. And, the goddess that showed up for you is Maeve, responsibility. And for me, this really feels like for those of you who chose pair number one, a lot of healing, a lot of clearing, a lot of clarity. And you're not going to find that clarity or be able to clear what needs to be cleared from your body if you're not resting, tuning in, and taking responsibility for yourself. I feel that this is going to be most important for you with the full moon. Okay. We have the full moon here. Okay. And use that full moon to clear out what needs to be cleared from your mind, your emotions, your body physically. Okay. And let it all go. Get grounded, take care of yourself. Okay. Especially the mind, especially nervous tension is what I'm feeling for many of you. Many of you may be looking for clarity, and you will get to it if you create the space for it. Okay. All right. For those of you who chose pair number two, wow. I feel that the Lion's Gate is going to be extremely important for you. Okay. We have death. Okay. This is transformation. Okay. Something wants to be transformed in you, in your life. It wants to move you forward. Okay. Um, yeah, it's like, is there an idea that needs to be born or rebirthed? Um, you are the one that needs to be rebirthed. This is you. Okay. And there's also so much release here with Sekhmet. Okay. Anger and raged. We've got these sharp objects down here. Okay. So I feel that for some of you, you've been really going through it, right? You've been poked and pierced and, you know, going through a difficult space that feels hard to get out of. Okay. There's also a lot of clearing that has to happen here. Again, we've got a full moon. Um, and we've got the transformation with the snake and with the death card. So you want to really utilize also that full moon energy, that um, Lion's Gate to release a lot of what needs to be released, especially anger and rage in you. Maybe do some somatic work, some lion's breath work, Kundalini, yoga can support you. Okay, use the energy of fire, use the element of fire, right? For those of you in number one, earth and air. For those of you who chose pair number two, fire. Okay, fire and water. Okay, we've got a lot of Mars and Scorpio energy here. Okay, so that is your message. But you are here to rise. Let me just say that. For those of you who picked pair number two, I picked pair number two, so I got to listen to this myself. Okay, so for those of you who picked pair number three, you've got the Eight of Wands. Okay, wow. With this hawk here, there's focus, focus, focus. What are you focused on? There's that Mars energy. You know, there's transformation here too. You got to move toward that that needs to be lit up. Okay. Hone in on that one goal, hone in on that fierce goal and move toward it with that internal viciousness, right? With that passion, with that energy. I'm hearing new order, right? You've got new Nukua. She's beautiful. Nukua, order. You need to put order around and in that thing that needs to be created, that needs to move forward. You're moving forward toward a new order of some kind. Okay, the doors are opening for you. Move through it quickly. Okay, take that idea, take that innovation, push through. Okay, you've got the momentum and you've got the spiritual support. Okay, you're being supported spiritually. The universe is going to help move you forward. Okay, so yeah, wow, beautiful. I'm feeling the energy in me. Those are your messages for this month. Photos of these cards are going to be in the downloadable PDF guide for you for this month. So make sure to click on that. And thank you for spending this time with me. If this was helpful, I hope that you will share this with some of your friends, encourage them to become paid subscribers of my channel so that they can partake in this with us. And I really would love to hear from you. So please put something in the chat. Let me know what you got out of this monthly message. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's go have an incredible, incredible August. Love and light.